I am here with Shauna Green, another rich and rebellious agent. Shauna, thank you so much for for jumping on the call with me today and for working with us.
You're
I know that
welcome.
you've been in business for a few years now. Share your story about why you got started as an insurance agent, how long you've been doing it, and where you're at now.
So my story is a little bit different than most agents, I think. My grandpa was actually a DM for Farmers Insurance. All my uncles joined as agents, and then my dad became an agent. So we have a long history of Farmers Insurance in our family. And as I grew up, I was I would be in the offices working in various settings, but I never jumped in and got my license because I was always intimidated. And it wasn't until I got divorced that all of a sudden I had to have a way to support myself. And so I did it and totally kicked myself in the butt for not doing it sooner because it was at a moment of have to instead of want to. But it ended up being my passion. I love insurance now. And that's where I started from my moment of need. It was an avenue that I knew was a good family life.
As you were growing up in a family of insurance agents, what was your experience? Because I know that a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines, worried about starting their own business as an insurance agent. But you got to live it as a child first, and now you're living it as a parent. So as a child, what was it like growing up in a family of insurance agents?
There was a lot more teaching going on than I realized. I grew up with business leaders, and I can see that in who I am now. My grandpa and my uncle, especially, both of them, they are amazing speakers and teachers. And I grew up wanting to be like them without knowing what it was that I wanted to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
They just had it in them. And so I think if you want to know what it's like growing up in the insurance industry, you're with a lot of people who really care about their community. You see that, and you see them taking hold of that desire to care and doing something about it.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Shauna, but you are an independent agent. How is that different from you're independent now? I believe either you or your parents were farmers agents. What are the pros and cons of each?
That's something I've thought about a lot, actually. I don't know a lot of the other captive companies very well, but I do know farmers. And I would say that the benefit of being with them is that you get a lot of education. My uncle was one of the best DMs in Colorado, and he focused on helping his agents know really well all the products, all the coverages. You are able to have access to different marketing benefits you definitely don't get as an independent, and you get a lot of hand holding. So if you're not confident about where you want to be, as far as going independent and trying to get your own appointmentships and everything else, go captive. But as far as independent goes, you get a lot more freedom. You're able to brand yourself, you're able to work with who you want, you are able to give your clients more options. So there's the balance.
I love it. Now, you came to the Branning Group a little over a year ago. That was when you were first introduced to us. When you were looking for us, what were you looking for? And then how have we helped you up to this point?
So when I found you, I was looking for marketing. I wanted to find a way to get my name out there. I wanted to make sure that people were starting to know who I was in the community. I didn't know how to do it. And, as I was building my business, I didn't have time to do it because I was trying to just find people and trying to write policies. So your funnel provided a very easy avenue for me to get my name out there. I have people within town now who tell me that they've seen me on Facebook, and it's from these funnels. And that's where I started. But then I also got connected through your ad and seeing that you also had your CRM system. And I researched that. I had already been researching it with other companies. And it was the fact that the Alex Branning Group feels like they care. And so I decided to go with your company because I could see that it was different. And I haven't been wrong.
Awesome. Awesome. Somebody is watching this right now. They're brand new in the business and they're working on branding themselves. Now, you've worked with the branding group, and I know that you've done a lot of research on your own as well. What would you tell a new agent who is looking to brand themselves?
How to brand themselves, or
what has worked as you've established the Shauna Green Front Range Insurance Solutions brand? What has worked, and what would you advise them to not spend time working on as they're building their own brand?
Honestly, I think it's a little bit about soul searching. You need to figure out who you are first. What are the 3 things that are most important to you with your business? Find those 3 words and start growing with that. As far as branding technicalities go, though, I think the first thing that I would recommend, if I could do it all over again, is get organized. Before you start shooting things out, get organized. I recommend a good CRM. Start your text messages, your emails, get all of that together so that once you are able to send your brand out, you have the support system and structure up to keep things rolling and moving, and the momentum doesn't die. So that would be first step. And then after that, start sending out your ads and start getting out in the community and get your name out there and get your body out there.
Yeah, awesome. You've run a lot of marketing campaigns. Which one has been the most successful so far?
For sure, my Pripy ad. Pripy is a small local restaurant here in Erie, and people know it. Supporting small business is really big right now. And I found that in trying to give out a gift certificate, it was for $100 for Pripy Restaurant, it attracted a higher class of client because I did that. And then I also did one with Outback Steakhouse. And, that was successful, but it just was a very different client pool.
Yeah. Now you do giveaway funnels. What else have you done that's worked well for your business?
Events. That's nice. Probably my second biggest. I love going out in events because people, when they see me, then they're like, oh, that's you. I get to meet you. And then I come back, and now that we have our CRM in place, it's very easy because, the last event that we did, I came home with 105 really good leads. And I'm able to have a text message that goes out to them, letting them know we're going to call. We do all of the calls. We have our giveaway. We do another text message that tells them that someone's going to win, which brings them into our Facebook page so that they watch who the winner is. And then we send another text message out later that says, if you missed that, you can go to our webpage, which brings more traffic in. So that's probably my second biggest.
Awesome. Would you say you're like a quasi celebrity when you go to events now that people see you on Facebook?
I wouldn't say I'm at that status yet, but I'm definitely known. It was gratifying. At this last event, I was able to see realtors and lenders and clients and prospective clients, and people were coming up and giving me hugs and talking to me, and they knew who I was. So awesome. Not really celebrity status, but somebody who's known.
That's great. Last question. Somebody who's watching this right now, they're just being introduced to me in the Branning group. What would you say to them about your experience working with us?
I would say there are a lot of people out there who are willing to offer to help. There are very few who actually will. And that is the reason that I've stayed with you instead of going to other companies that may be bigger or have more years of experience. I feel like I can reach out and get the help that I need when I need it. And I feel like things are tailored more for me.
Yeah. So. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Shauna. I really appreciate it. And
you're welcome.
I'll see you on the next VIP call. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, you too.